Hi guys, so today I decided to go live because I did some last week and people just said, hey, keep doing them, they make perfect sense. I talked about housing and immigration on the other one. I think I touched a little bit on education, but I want to go back on it again because it's something I'm very passionate about. And so I'm fighting with a cold, and people that know me know that I have worked with young people for years and care deeply about them. Whether they're my kids or not, I care deeply about them. So I just want to say this to the candidates. I got some of my notes written down so that I don't forget. Again, I hear this over and over. The question asks, like, what would you do about education? So to all the candidates, I would say what you really could do to education. But before you go there, let me just say what we're doing now. Taxpayers are paying for lunch money, laptops, AC. We have, and teachers are paid very well. I heard it's what, 5,500. So teachers have been paid very well. Yet I listened to one of the candidates tell us that 60% of the children coming out of school are not meeting the required minimum standards, right? Now I want to say this, guys, please don't, candidates and stuff, don't promise stuff again that we can't do. Please don't put no more pressure on taxpayers, because again, we are paying taxpayers. Again, I don't know what else we can do. And then as far as extracurricular activities, there is cadet corps, there is key club, there's basketball club, there's swimming, there's football, there is computer club, and again, I think I said cadet corps earlier. And hey guys, and some of these organizations are paid very handsomely, okay, to work with their children. So what I would say to all candidates, but I don't know why, I think they think that if they say it, they might get some people angry. Now, those that they will get angry are those people that I guess should be angry. They're not. There's a lot of good parents who work very hard with their children, go to PTAs, take their kids to Sunday school on Sundays, see that they have chores on Saturdays, see that they do homework and all that stuff. So there's some really hard working parents. But I can tell you, as a society, we are in what the candidates can really do for education, and that is tell parents to be more involved. Tell parents to set good examples before their children. Tell parents to be sober-minded before they're especially teenagers. And again, candidates, please, I beg you, please don't feel like, again, if you piss off or get some parents angry, those are the kind of typical parents that'll go up to the school and cuss out the teacher whenever the child needs disciplining. So yeah, those kind of ignorant parents are people that might get upset at you for asking more parents to step up to the plate. Because those parents that know that they've stepped up to the plate and that know that they set a good example, and there are many grandparents that are raising children, there's many aunts and uncles that are raising children, and a lot of those people see, again, that kids go to do their homework, that they come home from school, and they see that they don't leave them alone. Well, let's put it this way. There's a lot of good parents who don't even want to give their child a cell phone because they realize how dangerous a cell phone can be, right? Okay, if your child got to go to an activity, I can see where you give the child a phone without the internet, just a flip phone, so that you can know when to pick up the child or get connected. That I get. But to give a child, I see teenagers, guys. It's no wonder. Let me say it again. 60%, according to statistics that one of our very bright candidates gave the other day, and I know he didn't pick that just out of the air. 60% of our children are coming out of school below the required minimum level that they should be graduating with. So a lot of cause of that, sorry, excuse my voice, a lot of cause of that, guys, is some parents just leave their children, and some poor grandparents that have to be parents again, they have to leave their children. A lot of grandparents don't know a lot of the evil and the wrong and the bad that a lot of kids are picking up off the games and stuff, and a lot of parents don't know it. I mean, I'll tell you, I was one of those that I used to assist at a school volunteer, and some of the kids were playing Roadblocks and Minecraft. Now what we're finding out now, maybe those games used to be good before, but now they're finding out that a lot of those games have private chat rooms that the children are going to, like they're predators is what they are, or drug dealers. They go in these private chat rooms, and so they're playing games with the children, and then they get them off into a private chat to just talk with them. And they're finding like a lot of these people are people that are teaching children to be gangsters, teaching them how to sell drugs, teaching how to even, again and again, if this shocks you guys, parents, teachers, grandparents, just go on, you know who you guys can follow? Scrolling to Death. That's an activist mother on Instagram, and she's really trying to expose some of the evil and the bad that a lot of the kids are getting to see on some of these games. Like I said, one to I would say what you call a good parent. I was telling her about Minecraft, and which is the name of a game for those who don't know it, right? And she was like, "Oh no, that just helps you build architecture." But yet this mom, again, scrolling to the number 2 Death on Instagram, that's a mom, activist mom, and she's got other parents with her that are passionate, I mean really passionate about educating parents on the evil that some of these kids are going on, right? The games that the children are seeing, that again, maybe innocently they were good games, but not a lot of them is again game, and they're pulling them off on private chats and telling them stuff like, I'm seeing her even how like sell their soul to the devil. And then and for you that don't know what I'm talking about, it might sound strange, but it's happening, guys. And then you wonder why some of these little children, I saw them 10, 11, they were so sweet, innocent, doing well in school, involved in extracurricular activities, doing basketball, doing football, well-mannered, to all of a sudden the children are 12, 13, and they're hardened, and they're fascinated by the drug culture, and they're smoking weed, and they're disrespectful to the parents, and they're missing school. All of this, guys, a lot of it has happened because one, they're getting a lot of bad influences from some of the games. Two, so many, and my heart really goes out for some of these children. Some of these children are left alone for hours. Some parents just say, oh, they're in the room playing games. What they don't understand a lot of times is a lot of what's happening in the back end there in those games. So you watch children that have gone from, again, well-mannered, had an interest in sports, had an interest in games, extracurricular activities, and now they don't. They are, a lot of them are failing in school, missing school, involved in drugs, very deviant behavior, and some parents like, what happened to her? I could slap her side the head, like she just changed a monster. That's what's happening, guys. So when candidates talk, back to my original, when candidates talk about what they can do for education, please, I beg you, this is just a notepad, guys. I'm not voting for any particular party, so just excuse my red notepad. To be red or blue or green or purple. I am looking for people to vote for that has character and has ideas, and are willing, again, to once again encourage parents to realize that they have to do their part when it comes to education. Again, leaving your child all weekend long to play games is causing a lot of them to get destroyed mentally. The kids, some are learning no responsibilities at home. I see parents that are, kids are just with the phone all the time. And if you ask them to do something in the house, there's a fight. If you say wash the car, there's an argument because the child is just simply being indoctrinated. If you follow some parts of some wealthy CEOs, they say they give their children no screens, no computers, no laptops, no phones at home, because they're using them in school, and then after that, that's it. At home, none of this stuff they get. But you see, some parents themselves are so stuck on the iPads and the phones that it's hard to speak to the child. So when they should have a nice dinner time, or say, how was your school today, or how was homework, or what did you do in basketball, or how was cadet corps, or are we going to church on Sunday morning, or did you want to read your Bible verse? Some parents are failing the children so badly, guys, and that's what it, again, candidates, you guys need to talk about this and say, hey, here's how we can help here's how we can help education, and that is tell parents, especially fathers, the importance of being sober, of being good parents, of setting a good example, of giving your children responsibilities and ensuring that they're involved in extracurricular activities. I'm not talking about keep them at school and hope they're an activity. I'm talking about checking and seeing the leader and seeing how the child is doing. Hope it's not too windy on here, guys. Hopefully you guys are hearing me okay. So, and again, because you have organizations that are, well, really well funded and we're paying for it, and yet you hear people talking about what are we going to do for education. Then next, you have Inspire Cayman. Inspire Cayman also is well funded, right? And that's also TVET classes and all that our children can go to. Then there's UCCI, when we talk about education. Then there plumbing, electrical, and I understand if you're serious about it, you can even get some grants if you don't have the money to study plumbing, electrical, AC. This person that told me this today wasn't even a local person, and they know the rules in here. They know that if they want to study, yes, they know that they got to be Caymanian to apply for grants to study this stuff. So yes, some kids, I'm that way. I like to work with my hands. I like getting dirty. I like plumbing. I like electrical. I mean, I'm not certified at all, but I'm just saying I like building stuff. So meaning, and you can make a very good living. Saying all that to say that as candidates, guys, please, I don't know how much more I can stress this, because again, anyone that knows me knows I've been doing youth work for many, many, many years, and I actually backed off, I'll be honest, for the longest time, because I felt like I didn't have a lot of parents supporting me the way they should. And again, you ask some poor teachers, there's some poor teachers that tries to discipline the children, and what do they get? They get the teacher, they get the parent or the grandparent or the uncle and the aunt or the guardian go up to the school and cuss out the teacher, okay? Instead of telling the child that they were wrong. So what we have, again, let me repeat it a third time, 60% of children are graduating below the minimum standard requirements, and so there's a cause for that. And it's not, again, because the taxpayers are not, again, AC classes, free lunches, laptops, every extracurricular activity you can think of almost is there, but yet a lot of children are simply left to go to school, come back home, stay on their phones, doing nothing. Nobody says, where's homework? Nobody said, how was your day? And then on weekends, they get to lay up in bed. There's no spiritual guidance. There's no, they can go to Kamana Bay and sit out there till 10, 11 o'clock at night. So a huge problem is that a lot of our parents, I hate to say it, some of our parents has a huge problem with drugs and stuff. So while our children, you see all these kids that got Kamana Bay, and you're like, so hold on, where's the parents? That's what you want to inquire. Where's the parents? It will shock you of where's the parents, yes? So that's what we can do for education candidates, and that is speak to parents, talk and say, we're going to have whether council meetings and stuff, whatever it is, Zoom meetings, whatever, and ask more and say, we need more parents involved. We need more parents doing homework with their kids, checking. And again, next, if you're one of those parents that have a child that's defiant and out of control, then you need to take it to the next level. We need to start talking about as a community what we do with our children that are way out of control, right? And again, a lot of reasons, there's a lot of those reasons I just mentioned of why a lot of them is out of control. Kids are smart, brilliant, well-mannered as 10, 11-year-olds, and then all of a sudden at 13, they become like little monsters. They become deviant, they become rude, they become very drug-minded. So there's a cause of it, guys. There's a cause. So that's my word is to the candidates to talk about how do we tell parents, those that are not, to be better parents and to be more involved in their children, and to see that they do extracurricular activities, to see that they go to a nice Sunday school, a good Bible-based school on Sunday morning, to give them some spiritual guidance. I'll stop for now because it's turning dark. Hopefully it made sense. You guys can ask me any questions you want at the end.